Somehow, the way we've been diagnosing and treating people does not meaningfully include spirituality. And yet spirituality has been known to be a tremendous resource for helping people with mood disorders, anxiety, depression, and panic disorder, etc. I would say from the time I started meditating in a dedicated way, so I was doing it frequently, I began developing an inner sense of knowingness. I was part of the San Francisco Zen Center for 4 years before Suzuki Roshi passed away. That deepened that inner sense of knowing and the kind of conviction that comes with really developing your intuition. And when I was 25 years old, I had a year that was extraordinarily difficult, with my mother committing suicide, my father suiciding a year within that year. I had the joy of my child being born naturally and taking care of him, but there were also my sister and brother-in-law were killed simultaneously in a car accident. So it was one thing after the other, and without the kind of stability that came to me through the meditation, without that, I think I would have been hospitalized and just dysfunctional for a period, because it was just overwhelming. People who have been through very profound disturbance have had their world cracked open. They have no longer been able to hold the box together. The conditioning that they were brought up in, whether religious conditioning, social conditioning, the whole thing. We lose all of our orientation points when that happens. But we also open up to a larger perspective of what is life anyway. And for most people going through that, and I include myself in that, we have to ask the questions, but not only just ask them from the deepest part of our hearts. What really makes sense? I have tremendous respect for the Spiritists, and I feel that they are truly brilliant in terms of helping people who move into this zone where they have severe mental disturbance, and especially those who have a psychotic process and are hearing voices, because they can recognize someone who has what they call repressed mediumship, someone who is hearing voices and is clearly needing to develop them and develop their shamanic abilities, or whatever you want to call it. So they can recognize those people and give them adequate care and training. I don't know where that's being given within the context of a community center and a hospital, anywhere else in the world. You usually have to go into the indigenous cultures to get that. So these health providers are not people who say spirituality is the only thing that's needed, but an integrative approach. So we need to look at the biology, the psychology, the social network that a person has, as well as the spirituality.